Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've filmed something. Been tired, been worn out. It's been a stressful first month of our homeschool. And I'm noticing that when you watch YouTube, there's a lot of other moms that are struggling with the first few weeks, first month of their homeschool with decisions and things that they've made that aren't working out. I've never had something like this happen to this extent. I've always had one or two pieces not work out, but the level that I've had to make adjustments has been really mind-blowing. So let me show you what it is that we are now switching things to. This is the video for my 7th grader. She's had the most changes. She's going through her hormonal development. You know, she's going to be a teen in a couple months. And she's experiencing a serious regression, both in academics and personally. So I'm having to lighten the load a little bit and just give her some time to breathe and not hammer her so hard. And I've decided to add more elements of fun and put in topics and subjects that she actually enjoys instead of trying to stick to a particular method or two. So for language arts, she was going to be using, pardon my wonky bookmark, she was going to be using Writing and Rhetoric and this from Hillside Education. We are still somewhat using this. We dropped it down to 2 days a week, but I am suspecting I'm just going to take it out completely. I like Simply Charlotte Mason's, pardon me, I'm pulling my table. I like Simply Charlotte Mason's high school composition, and it covers much of what the language lessons from literature covers, but it does so using her personal writings, and I would much rather that. I also like just the formatting of how they put their book together, and I don't particularly enjoy the language lessons from literature. I just don't enjoy it. She doesn't enjoy it. So what we've been doing in the meantime, while cutting that down to 2 days a week, I have gone back to using games for language arts. So she enjoys story cubes. She's not doing many paragraphs with them, but they're fun. We have Looney Tunes. We have other story cubes. And then her godmother bought her this game. And what it is it's a crossword puzzle type of a game. And the point is you have 12 or 13 cubes and you just roll them. And it makes, well, you can't see that, but you just roll them. And she is supposed to make a crossword puzzle out of her roll and to use as many cubes as she can. So I'm using that as a way to challenge her, to get her to think a little bit more without putting too much stress on her. I've also gone back to using Mad Libs. She's back into a shark phase, so I got her shark Mad Libs. And this is the one that she's really been enjoying. If you can't see the gold lettering, it's called The Storyteller's Handbook. And I got this several years ago off of Amazon, shortly after it came out. And this is all it is. It's just pictures. And you go through and you make your story to go with each picture. Oh, that one's a explanation page. And so you can see how incredibly detailed everything is. And what she's like doing is taking this and writing poetry from it. So I figured win-win for us. She's also doing a lot of independent reading, as always. But I've cut it back on the language arts side of things and just letting her have more creative outlets. And we are working on narrations for history and science, and that's pretty much where she's at right now. And I'm okay with leaving it there. History is another big one that we've made some changes to. I've changed it 3 different times so far this year. So I said that we were going to do this along with Story of the World and The Good and the Beautiful. Good and the Beautiful dropped. I never even opened it. We never even used it. That's gone. Gonna sell it, out of here. Done and said, no more. We are using this. This is our main Story of Civilization. It's Catholic perspective. And she is now using this. This will be completed over a matter of 2 years. Our Pioneers and Patriots. It has an answer key if you want to actually do all of the activities listed. She's just been doing little bits, little chunks. I have a schedule that I made out that she's going to go through over the next 2 years. And she does her narrations, mapping, and some occasional vocabulary with this book. I will be using this book still. I just don't know how or when. I don't know if I'm going to follow. There's a recommendation. If you go on the this Story of Civilizations Facebook page, they have files where you can download, where some mother or mothers have gone through and combined that along with this. So there's only certain chapters of this book that you would use in addition to the Catholic one. But there's also a lot of chapters on here about topics that you don't necessarily hear about often. So I may include that. It's just right now, we're gonna wait until after the first week of September to do anything like that. We have family coming in a few days. So we're just gonna take a little bit of a break and regroup, and then we're gonna start again, probably doing both of those, one chapter a week from this and one chapter a week from Story of Civilization. And if they overlap, they overlap. If they don't, they don't. I've switched her to Catechisms and Story. This is set up. Let me see if I can find it where it's just one page. There we go. It is, this one will start down here and it'll go through up here. And it gives you your catechism lesson. This one happens to be the first commandment of God. It gives you a story for the first commandment of God, and it gives you an application of how you apply that. And it's essentially parables, it's fables, it's, what would you call it? I'm having a mind blank. Where you learn, like the story of the ants and the grasshopper, that sort of a thing. It's very much like that. And she's going to the Saints book. It's a thick one. Geography. I think I said I was doing this, but I don't remember. I've made so many changes over the last 2 months. She's enjoying this. She's doing the world. We have the US. We have Asia. I think it's Asia, or maybe it's Oceania. But she started this, and she does maybe 5 to 7 pages a week. And she puts it away, and she's good with that. I did say she was using this, and we started this week. She is going to use it. She is enjoying it. So that's staying. But in addition to that, we're using this. I actually did try Sabbath Mood with her. I said I wasn't going to use Sabbath Mood, but I realized that the book that they had for her age range was one that we have, and I support it. So I got the study guide from Sabbath Mood for it, but it moves at such a slow pace, and the book is too easy for her. So I took her away from that, and we've moved to Master Books. And the thing that I like about this Master Books, here's an example. Just trying not to drop everything. You have these biographies sprinkled throughout. There's diagrams, there's experiments, there's, it's textbook, but it's not the textbooks that I had when I was in school. Now, I'm a person that I actually like textbooks. You can hand me a history and science textbooks and I'll read them for days. I'm totally fine with that. She also likes them, but I'm not a fan of Builders or Apologia Novar. Those are too dense. They get into the weeds on too many things, and then she can't actually dig into the things that she enjoys. This is set up in a way that it's separated into 3 topics. You have human body, the world of plants, and the world of animals. So she can dive into the things that she enjoys, and then we're getting more literature, either from book sales or just library books, although those are becoming hard to find because our library is purging more. They've gotten rid of more things this year. So we're pairing those 2. She's enjoying it. She's getting both of those sciences done in a matter of 20-25 minutes tops. I mean, combined together, all of the reading. She's just blowing through it, but she's enjoying it. And I would rather her have enjoyment from it than dreading, because she wants to go into a science-heavy program. When she's older, she wants to be a nurse practitioner and a midwife, and she's going to need a lot of science and a lot of math. I don't want her to dread it, and I don't want her to lose her love of learning about these things. So Master Books is our in-between. It's not quite textbook, it's not quite living literature, but it gives her a good spine, and we can build off of that. So that's what I was trying to say. Found this on eBay, dirt cheap, and it's just taking religious artwork and giving you information about the person that painted it, and then what the story is that it's telling you. So art study, but taken off of me, because I need as much removed from my shoulders right now as I possibly can. She's also started this. It's going well. She's doing it in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes a day. So it might be a little too easy, but she likes it. Poetry is also another thing I needed to take off of my list. I don't have the brain capacity to do the family studies like I wanted to this year. So she's reading this. I have a whole collection of these, so when she's done with Edgar Allan Poe, she can pick another one that she wants to do. And it's a picture with the poetry. And there is also a biography page. It's in your introduction. Every poet has one of these. So it's not dissimilar to Simply Charlotte Mason. You can use it together as a family, or you can hand it to your child and they can get essentially the same thing. But it takes stress off of you when you have a bunch of screaming little children and teething babies and other chaos of smalls that take your time. So you can see I'm very tired. I haven't slept. My baby's getting his upper teeth now. So very, very tired today. Fix It Grammar, we're gonna try it again. She hates grammar, loathes it. It just is one of those things every one of us has one of those subjects that when we think back to our school days, we just absolutely hate. Grammar's hers. So I'm taking it gentle. We're gonna go with level 1. I think she can do that, and it's just, my goal is just to keep her moving through grammar so she understands and she can put everything together. But I don't want to take a Memoria Press stance where it's just, you're gonna know it now and you're gonna know all of it. I don't care about that. Maybe I should, I don't. And that's it for her update. She's becoming a teen, and she's the oldest, and she's headstrong, and she's stubborn, and I'm focusing more now on heart issues than I am on academics. Will I regret that? I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully your first week, 2 weeks, month has been a lot less stressful and eventful, or less eventful than mine has been. I can't even talk. Let me know how it's going. If you have questions, comments, how's your journey been going? What changes have you made? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.